All right, guys, we made it to Thursday. So today the notes are going to probably seem kind of lengthy, and I'm going to try my hardest to not rush through them, but I know that they're going to take a little bit, which don't worry, I'm going to take that into account with your assignment today. So today we are still dealing with triangles, and we're going to talk about the triangles, and it's kind of a different way. You're going to see multiple triangles going on. So if we take a look at this example, it's in that same section, but if we take a look at this example, this one wants you to solve for X and solve for Y. So a couple of things are going to pop up today. You're still going to use triangles. You're going to see vertical angles sometimes. You're going to see those supplementary angles that are along the same line. You're going to see a couple of different things. So if I wanted to kind of go in alphabetical order, because that's just who I am, if I wanted to solve for X, I see that X is a part of this triangle right here. So if I kind of disregard this other triangle and only focus here, X is the only missing angle inside this triangle. So if I take 32 plus 78, I don't have a calculator, so bear with me. I have to do all of this by hand. Those are at school. I get 110. So then to find X, I just take that 110 and subtract from 180 because the interior angles in a triangle add up to 180, and I get 70. So X equals 70. There's one answer. Using your triangles. Now to find Y, actually finding Y is a lot easier than finding X technically. Right here, if I were in class, I would sit and stare blank out in the space and ask you guys how to find Y. Using what we've done already, and one person or hopefully many people would say, oh, I see that there's two angles that are on the same line and they're attached, so that means that they add up to 180. I don't know who would say that, but I'm going to pretend like it would be the whole class in unison, even though we all know that's not true, especially some of my classes are super quiet. So to find Y, like I said, you have, or like one of you would say, you have that line. The angles are attached to each other along the same line. So they add up to 180. So you would take 180 minus 78 and you would get 102. So Y is 102. That's it. Well, that's it for this one. There's multiple other things that are going to be happening today. But that is one type of problem that you could come across. These are kind of like big puzzles, I feel like. Like if you turn to the next page and go to the top, and we take a look at these ones, like this problem right here, again, they want you to solve for X and they want you to solve for Y. Keep in mind that any information they give you is you're going to probably need to use. And again, you have to kind of figure out why do you have to use that. So again, if I'm going to go in alphabetical order, because that's just who I am, X is a part of this triangle right here. It's the only missing angle in this triangle, so I know that all of these have to add up to 180. So I take 96 plus 35, and I get 131. And then to find X, I just have to subtract that 131 from 180. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 49. So X is 49. Now finding Y will not be the same method as the last one. It's a little bit more difficult. So Y is attached to the 35, but they don't have anything in common. Last time the Y was right here. Now it's up here. So now we have to take into account that Y is a part, oh look at, I brought Christmas back. Y is a part of this triangle right here. And if I knew what this angle was, this one right here, I could just add these together, subtract from 180, and that would be Y. But I can find that angle. And again, if I were in class, I would stare blankly at you guys and ask you, how can I find that angle? And then in unison, everybody in a perfect world would say, well, you have to use the 96. Because these two angles, like that previous example, like this one, see the two angles next to each other? These two angles add up to 180. So if I take 180 minus the 96, I get 84. So this angle is 84. But that's not what you're looking for. I'm not looking for this angle, I'm looking for Y. So y is the only unknown angle in that triangle. So now you're going to add the 70. This one's a little bit of work here. I'm kind of realizing that. So now you're going to add these two together, 77 and 84. And then that's what these two add up to, but all three angles have to add up to 180. So now you're going to take 180 minus the 161, and you find y to equal 19. That one is a little bit of work. Doable, but work. Need to keep in mind today that every little thing they give you is for a reason. And it's kind of, if you're a puzzle person, you're gonna like today. I like these because of that. I find them fun, and I'm sure some of you are judging me for that right now, and that's okay. I like these because I like being able to, why do they give me that 96? You gotta kind of figure it out. All right, we got a few more. We do have a decent amount of notes today, but it's mainly because, well, I mean, I didn't get through much. I didn't even try to get through much yesterday. I didn't want to throw the hard stuff at you. Okay, so we've got a bow tie looking like thing here. And again, we're solving for X and we're solving for Y. So in true Condell fashion, I'm gonna go alphabetical. And I kind of have to go alphabetical because I have two angles in this triangle and I'm just missing the third. So again, if you're given two, you're missing one, add those two together, 57 and 59, give me 116. And then I have to subtract that from 180, 87, 64. So X equals 64. So this angle is 64. Now I have to solve for Y. Y is a part of this triangle. And if I knew this angle, I would just be able to do the same process as I did there. So again, if I were in class, I would ask, well, how do I find this angle? And in unison, you all would say, oh, you have vertical angles. So if this is 64, this is 64. So now I'm back kind of in a good spot. It's a lot easier than this one. All I have to do is add these two together, 64 and 42, and subtract that from 180. And then you find Y to equal 74. So I hope that makes sense. The good news is this is videotaped, so if you get home and you're confused, you can obviously go back and rewatch these. We do have a couple more examples, though. I'm going to warn you. So let's take a look at this example 2 here. I think we're going to do these two, and then you have that separate sheet that we're going to talk and walk through, and I think you're actually going to like that second sheet more than this one. So here it says, what is the measure? What is the missing angle measure in the figure? And they want you to find this angle. So this is called an exterior angle. Any exterior angles are those angles that are like on the exterior, on the outside of your figure. So they want you to find this exterior angle. Well, you have a triangle here. And you know that the interior angles, or all three of these angles inside, add up to 180. So we could use that, and we're going to use that to find that guy right there. So let's do that first, because like I said, they're giving you information for a reason. You're going to need to use it. So, and if they ever give you two and you're missing the third, do that first, because that's kind of the easy thing to do now. So take 75 plus 45 and you get 120. So you subtract the 120 from 180 because that's what all of these add up to, and you get 60. So this angle right here in this corner is 60 degrees. Well, angle 1 is not 60 degrees. This is 60 degrees. So to find the angle 1, this is where I would again stare at you guys and ask, how can we find angle 1? And somebody in a corner hopefully would say, well, these are two angles connected together. They're along the same line, so they add up to 180. These two angles alone add up to 180. So to find angle 1, you would just subtract that 60 from 180. And angle 1 will equal 120 degrees. So this is 120. Anytime you have two angles connected together along a line, they have to add up to 180. And if you look at B here, we're going to use that fact again. See the straight line connected. We need to find angle 2. Angle 2 is inside this triangle. And if I knew what this angle was, which we can figure that out, I'd be able to just add these, subtract from 180. So we're gonna find this angle by using the exterior one because these two angles form a line, they're connected, so they add up to 180. So this angle, if you do 180 minus 109, you get 71. So this angle is 71. So now to find angle 2, you have 2 out of the 3 angles inside that triangle. All 3 have to add up to 180. So you do 51 plus 71, you get 122. 180 minus 122, 8, 7, 6, 58. So angle 2 is 58 degrees. So anytime they give you information, you have to ask yourself, how can I use this? This literally looks like Christmas right now. Maybe that's softening the blow of the amount of notes you still have to take. Sorry. So anytime they give you information, you have to think, how am I going to use that? Like, why are they giving me this angle outside to be 109? Like, well, I have to use the 109 to find that in order to find that. It's like you use one piece to help you to find all the rest of them. Okay, so Miss King should have passed out an extra little notes sheet to you that I do not have in the note packet. So I did have to create something, or we had to create something to help you out. Whenever we add things on, just FYI, that means it's probably going to be on a quiz or a test. So there is a good reason why we're doing this. I'm gonna split this down the middle so I don't go over. So again, we have triangles. We're gonna do this one first. And this one says find the value of X. It doesn't want you to find any angle measures. It just wants you to solve for X using what you know about triangles. So here's your triangle. We know that the interior angles, these 3 angles inside of a triangle, add up to 180. So I'm going to add these 3 angles and set it equal to 180. Yep, algebra's back, guys. So you take 5x minus 2 plus 3x plus 4. That's 2 angles. Don't forget this guy. He always gets forgotten because he doesn't have anything actually written there, but that's 90. That's your 1, 2, 3 angles equals 180. And now my people that love algebra, you're looking at this and you are praising the Lord because this is up your alley right now. So now you're going to combine like terms. We have 5x and 3x. 5 plus 3 is 8x. And then negative 2 plus 4 plus 90 is 92. And that equals 180. And then to solve for X, now we're gonna subtract 92. Now you're gonna do your solving techniques. 8X equals 88, and then divide by 8. 88 divided by 8 is 11. And this problem just wanted you to solve for X, so you would totally be done. A lot easier than adding and subtracting from 180 and all that fun stuff, I think. Last one for today. Here we go. And then you're off and running on your assignment to get you through for your nice 3-day weekend. So this one, same idea. See, angle, angle, angle. But these directions say that they want you to find the measures of A, B, and C. So they actually want you, when you're done finding X, they want you to actually plug it back in and figure out what these angle measures are, which actually is kind of nice because it's a way to check yourself, and I'll show you here in a second how you can actually make sure you did this right. So again, we have a triangle. These are the 3 interior angles of a triangle, and the 3 interior angles have to add up to 180. So we're gonna add them all up. So the 9x minus 8 plus x plus 10 plus x plus 2 equals 180. Then we need to combine like terms. We have 9, 10, 11 x's. And then we have a negative 8, a positive 10, and a positive 2. So these two give me a 12. 12 minus 8 is 4 equals 180. So then I subtract 4. 11x equals 176. This is super fun without a calculator. Then I divide by 11. X equals 11 goes into 17 once with 6 left over, 16. So X is 16. Sorry, I think I don't know if you could see that. Which is great, but again, that's not what the problem is asking for. The problem's asking you to find those angle measures. So we have to take that 16 now and plug it back in. So we ultimately need to find angle A, angle B, and angle C. So remember, I don't have a calculator at home, so I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna actually go in alphabetical order because I don't wanna do 9 times 6. I don't wanna do all that. So if I look at angle B is just x plus 2. I can handle that in my head. 16 plus 2 is 18. So B is 18. I can also do C in my head. X plus 10. 16 plus 10 is 26. So then, to find A, you guys have calculators, so you can simply plug this in and you'll be fine. I could do this by hand as well, but I want to show you a way to work smarter, not harder, if you're in my situation at least. I know that all 3 of these angles have to add up to 180. So I'm going to just take 18 plus 26, and I get 44, and then I'm going to just subtract that from 180. Addition and subtraction instead of dealing with 9s and 16s and all that stuff. So 180 minus 144 is 136. So there's my angle measures. So today's assignment is a little bit of a combination of all of this. I'm sorry these notes were so long. I am going to take that into account with obviously your assignment. But please make sure that you're trying them out. They all will be popping up on your quiz. Monday you will be reviewing for your quiz, and I probably will hold a Google Meet for Monday night for those who maybe want to go over the review with me. I may even put a video out there. I don't know. I've got to kind of figure out how I want to do that because I want to make sure you guys are set up for success. And then Tuesday you do have a quiz. You will have the paper copy. You will be entering your answers into Schoology along with that. And then I'm going to find a way to get your paper copies on Tuesday so that I can check them over and you can see your scores right away. But I will be back next Friday. So I probably won't even talk about the quizzes until I come back. So if there's any issues today, I will be watching your GoFormatives during class. Make sure you reach out. And I hope that you guys have an awesome 3-day weekend.